On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on. A blessed and wonderful Wednesday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps. We're going to kick it off with an updated story before we get into the main stories. Now in yesterday morning's vlog, I made mention of a female who is said to be the pregnant spouse of the criminal element identified as Ojo Russell, the man that is now charged and in police custody for the knockings and clappings that resulted in the loss of life of this female presently on your screen, Sandra Risden, who was a paralegal at the untimely time of her passing. Now, the female presently on your screen has since been identified as Carrina Clark, and she is said to be the spouse of Ojo Russell. Now, on Monday, she went to visit Ojo Russell, and the food that she carried was searched by the police, and contraband was found in the food. Now, she herself got arrested and charged. And as you can see on your screen, the innocent child was like, listen, I'm an innocent bystander in all this. As you can see, I'm a baby. Even though she come do her criminal acts, me never have no choice but to come with her. Look at me, I can barely walk. As a matter of fact, make me hide my face. Please no mix me in this woman criminality. Yeah man. So the baby basically cover him or her face. And I say, boy, me not involved, but just she. So the pregnant woman, Carrina Clark, who is presently on your screen, was placed before the court yesterday. She pleaded not guilty to introducing prohibited items into the lockups and unlawful possession of property following Monday's incident. She told the court that she was asked to deliver the food to a prisoner and that her boyfriend was not the intended recipient. She stated, and I quote, "Somebody called me and asked me to carry some food to the lockup. I don't even know the person," she explained. The woman, who, as I stated earlier, is the common law spouse of Ojo Russell. She visited the police station with a meal for a prisoner. The meal was intercepted and the police noticed that a second container was glued to the one with the food. 2 cell phones, tobacco, Rizla paper, ganja, and also a lighter was found concealed in the container. She was remanded in custody until March 5th for her next court hearing. So I just hope that other Krasmites out there would refrain from introducing contraband to the police lockup, because you will be caught and the same level of punishment will definitely be administered to you. So anyway, my peeps, make we continue. Now over there in the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled Kingston Western Police Division, the Kingston Western Police have listed a number of persons of interest and wanted criminal elements in their division. These criminal elements are being asked to turn themselves in by Wednesday at 5 p.m. So that is today at 5 p.m. The individuals are to report to the Denham Town Criminal Investigation Branch, that's the CIB, again by 5 p.m. Now, on this list of wanted men are as follows. The first man listed is that of Patrick Webb, and his family member, probably his brother or his cousin, known as Mark Webb. The third man is identified as Michael Irons, otherwise known as Blacks. The fourth man has since been identified as Jamar Miller, otherwise known as Shawnee. The fifth man has since been identified as Jermaine Balfour, otherwise known as Parky. Now, Jermaine Balfour was one of those criminal elements in that Angola video. The one them where I knock it and clap it and I show them arms. The next man on that wanted man list is known as Richard Fowlkes, otherwise known as Sutty. Now, Sutty was featured on the Spot News Media numerous times in the ongoing gang war over there in Rema. A man only known as Breads is also wanted. A man only known as African or Asian is also wanted. Now, the list of persons of interest are as follows. Teresa Burke, you are a noted person of interest to the Denham Town Police. Please present yourself. The next person has since been identified as Quinta Prince, otherwise known as Feather. The next person has since been identified as Tajay Thompson, otherwise known as Tico. The next person has since been identified as Teddy Malcolm, otherwise known as Teddy Paul. The next man has since been identified as Leonard Malcolm, otherwise known as Giggs. The next person has since been identified as Aldine Davidson, otherwise known as Dino or Big Dino. The next person has since been identified as Shamal White, otherwise called Gov or Govy. The next person has since been identified as Javan Gooden, otherwise known as Jevy. The next person has since been identified only by their aliases as Boopsy. A next person otherwise known as Bununus. A next person identified by his alias as Tweety Bird. A next person only identified by their alias as Ready Ready. A next person by their alias as Gerald Douglas. A next person identified only as Sarge. The Corporate Communications Unit of the JCF says detectives have identified these individuals as persons who may be able to assist them with ongoing investigations in the Kingston Western Police Division. So anyone having any information surrounding the whereabouts of any one of these wanted persons and listed persons of interest, please contact the Denham Town CIB at 876-948-6443 or Crime Stop at 311. And as always, my peeps, if you not trust the police, link on the Spot News Media or your favorite like-minded vlogger. Give us the information and we will most definitely pass it on to the relevant authorities who can make effective change. Yeah, man. And make a little quick check back in what I just stated. I listed a criminal element who is said to be wanted by the Denham Town Police. Remember, I just stated his name as Richard Fowlkes, otherwise known as Sutty. This is Sutty, presently on your screen. Now, a knockings and clappings go on down a Rema over 4th Street just a few nights ago. And when I say few, I mean recent, night before last night type of thing. So we are talking about Monday night. So the knockings and clappings go on 4th Street sometime around 9:30 in the night. A big man known as Dread Most people know him as Horace or Dread. Get can up. But that man was just a casualty of war. He was most definitely not the intended target. But the intended target was this criminal element here, this old dirty kind of boy here, presently on your screen, identified as Tiric Folks, said to be the brother of the now wanted man, Richard Folks, otherwise known as Sutty. Now, information reaching on the Spot News Media is that Tiric was standing along the roadway conversing with some friends when a white car roll up and the man them just step out and start knock it and clap it pan him. We get to understand say Tiric pick up some can in him head, in him chest, in him abdomen. The old man pick up a one can or two also. But as I stated, he was just casualty of war, not the intended target. Now Tiric is presently in the hospital, battling for life, literally hanging on to dear life by a thread. Now he was the intended target because he too is a criminal element, a nakis and clappis, pretty much like his brother who is now wanted by the police. Now this is most definitely an ongoing gang war that has been going on for quite some time in the Rema and Trenchtown space of the Kingston Western Police Division. Now, definitely reprisal is a must because Tiric get can up, so you know say Sutty I got definitely round up theme boys them and give somebody a wake up call. Yeah man, but we just hope that the squad of them, the police them, the soldier them intervene and intercept before any innocent lives is lost. As long as them go knock it and clap it pan who them for knock it and clap it pan and clap with them person there, then we don't have a problem with that. Then we'll just send in Officer Yeman Pick and team come clean house and clap with the man who clap with the other criminal element. Yeah man, so anyway, make we move on. Now over there in the St. Catherine South Police Division, the substation Old Harbour Police Station is presently investigating the brutal slaying of this man presently on your screen, identified as a taxi operator, Kirkland Anderson. Now, the police in Old Harbour are stating that 3 suspects are being pursued by them in relation to Monday's knockings and clappings of the taxi driver in Thompson Lane in Old Harbour Bay. We got information according to DSP Mark Harris, which is the commander in charge of the police subdivision of Old Harbour. The deputy superintendent stated that the 3 suspects are known to the police, adding that they have been under the police radar for quite some time and were in police custody as recent as 2022 and also 2023. The DSP stated that investigators are not ready to release the names of the suspect at this time. Well, I hope the reason why you are not ready to release the names is that you have Officer Yeman Pick and team on that particular case who is out there seeking to find these criminal elements and will release their names when they are 6 feet under. Now, the deceased man, as I stated, have since been identified as Kirkland Anderson, age 34, a resident of Blackwood Gardens in Old Harbour Bay community. The police report stated that sometime around 8 p.m. on Monday night, Mr. Anderson was in his white Toyota Succeed taxi motor car when he was attacked by the 3 armed criminal elements who conned him up multiple times. He was, however, rushed to the Spanish Town Hospital in a bid to save his life, but sadly he was pronounced you know what upon arrival. Now, no one knows for sure as to why his life was taken, as basically that seems to be the case in many of these knockings and clappings incidents. It is just really sad because this man plays a very integral role in our society by the means of transportation, and now his life was taken brutally so by these criminal elements. But anyway, my peeps, anyone having any information about the whereabouts of the 3 suspected criminals that took this man's life, please alert the Old Harbour Police. And as always, link on the Spot News Media or any like-minded vlogger if you not trust the police with the information. We will take it. We are labeled as the informers, so we will most definitely live true to that name and pass it on to the relevant authorities who can make effective change. Now over there in the Trelawny Police Division, it is just really sad to see a parish like Trelawny, the Yam Parish, the parish that born and bred the likes of Usain Bolt and other Jamaican greats, has narrowed down to a parish of criminal elements hiding beneath and within the shadows of some of Jamaica's most hardworking set of people. Now the Trelawny police have arrested 2 men following the seizure of a firearm and ammunition that took place yesterday, Tuesday. The firearm present on your screen is a Sig Sauer 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 5 rounds of ammunition. It was seized in the Ponside area of the Wakefield district in the parish of Trelawny. The Falmouth police stated that sometime around 5:45 a.m., lawmen carried out an operation in the area and the firearm was found in a yard during a search. 2 men who occupied the premises were arrested and taken into custody pending further investigations. So squaddy, I just hope you can take up the firearm there and do some swabbing and do some fingerprint matching or something like that, because we all know say that now go really hold much water because the firearm find in the yard, and more than likely is a tenement type of yard type of settings. So unless you can match fingerprints, then boy, I tell you, the thing rough. But anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscasts. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.